everybody. To another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry and our sideline reporter Allie LaForce. This is Brian Anderson. Here we go. Now right. Pass to Warwick. Here's Kamari. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Warwick. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Irving for 3. He buries it from 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Here's Koulibaly. Pass to Warwick. Wembanyama with it. Here's Warwick. And Aiden pulls it down.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Aiden with a screen. Now here's Wright. Back to Irving. And Irving powers it home.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
Here's Wembanyama. First quarter, just over a minute and a half in.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Outside Koulibaly. 8 inside. And here's Banchero. Lets it go from deep. Second shot opportunity. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Personal foul.
Yeah, what I appreciate about Aiden is that he wants to keep getting better. You have to be excited about his future.
And he sinks the second. Now here's Wright. Pass to Warwick. Lets the 3 fly. They get the rebound. Outside for Wembanyama. Right wing. Here's Warwick. The three-pointer off the mark.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And that one's good. Koulibaly.
With the defense trying to protect the interior, he pulls at the arc and drains it.
Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Outside Koulibaly. And they call an illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
A minute 53 left in the first quarter. Outside Irving. On the wing, Irving. The 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Wembanyama. Back to Coulibaly. Clock at 6. With the drive. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That one rocked this arena.
That's the kind of dunk right there that makes you think he's going to rip down the rim. Pass to Aiden. From downtown. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Coulibaly with it. Picked up by Coulibaly. Stolen by Ayton. Right side, Coulibaly. Down low. And it's blocked.
Out of bounds. The ball goes to the away team.
There's 37 seconds left in the first. Here's Wright. Pass to Warwick. Outside Wembanyama. Outside Coulibaly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Wembanyama, no good. Irving looking around. He drops it from range. Irving's got 11.
And another one from distance. He's hot, and they keep feeding him.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Leading by 7. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Now here's Irving. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Coulibaly. Outside Wembanyama. Stolen by Ayton. Takes a 3. And that one's good. Coulibaly. He's got 6.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
And he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Here's Wright. No points yet. They set the pick. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Now here's Wright. Pass to Irving. Shot clock at 6. And Ayton with the stuff.
Set a rugged screen. Nice roll by Ayton to get to the bucket.
Here's Wright. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, BA.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Now here's Irving. 11 points in the game. And Carroll. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
But with this bigger build, Banchero sets a solid pick, and then he quickly rolls into open position.
Here's Warwick. From beyond the arc, and then some. Warwick's got 7.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
To the middle. Here's Banchero. Oh, Banchero throws it down.
Ooh, getting up there. I mean, Banchero wants everyone to know he's a threat to hammer it down.
I'll say this, Banchero is a guy that opponents can't forget about for a second. And you see it in all the defensive attention he gets. Teams show him all kinds of different looks, and he draws a bunch of double teams in isolation. Now here's Irving. Whoa! Emphatic finish from Banchero.
And everything Banchero does is with aggression.
And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play.
First personal foul.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Outside Koulibaly. Fires the three. Rebounded by Warwick. Wembanyama with it. Pass to Warwick. There's the triple. Another shot. The big man, Wemby for two.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Banchero the screen. Koulibaly with it. Ayton with it. 6 on the shot clock. And it's all from three-point range. Here's Wright. Pass to Warwick. Fires for three. He's off on that one.
Well, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
There's 1:12 left to play in the second quarter. Here's Wembanyama. Here's Warwick. 10 points for him. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Oh, my! That's why we had those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
That's pretty much not how they want to bend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Here's Wright. Outside for Wembanyama. They set a pick. Wembanyama hammers it down.
How about the bounce?
We can call that bounce per ounce. Can't be denied. It's Wright on the wing. Yet to see a basket. To the paint. The three from Ayton. Wright with the board. And he drives in. Outside Wembanyama. Puts it up. And that's not going to go. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Up by 5.
Visiting team.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Here's Chalmers. Pass to Brewer. Here's Chalmers. Reddish covering. To the inside. Ellison. Out to the right wing. Launches a three. De Silva with the bucket.
A defensive breakdown. Can't afford to leave him open from range.
Pass to Brewer. Three-pointer. On target from range.
3 points.
Brewer's got his first 3 points of the game.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Ellison. Nice shot from the wing. Ellison's got his first points of the game. Here's Chalmers. Shots blocked. Reddish on the wing. Inside. Powered down after the assist. Led him to the lane.
Reddish, not just a scorer, also good at realizing when to dish.
Pass to Brewer from the arc. That shot missing. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Here's Chalmers. He's scoreless.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
Here's Chalmers. Pass to Reddish. Here's Brewer. And there's a pick. Back to Reddish. To the middle. Here's Ellison. And he slams it in one-handed.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Chalmers. Three-pointer, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And that one's good. Chalmers.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And it's Chalmers missing. A minute 50 left in the third quarter. Puts up a three. Offensive board. Pass to Ellison. They set the pick from behind the arc. And that one's good. Chalmers. Chalmers has got 5 now.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one. All the way to the bucket, no resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
First personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the visiting team. Trailing by 13. Brewer. Off target from outside. Here's Reddish. Fires in the triple. Reddish has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, he's just got such a nice, easy release on the 3-ball. Reddish not looking rushed.
And there's the screen. Pass to Reddish. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Chalmers. Now Reddish. No made baskets yet. For 3. Ellison grabs the board. And they're pushing it up. Here's Brewer. Pass to Chalmers. Here's Ellison. Snatched away. Here's Brewer. Blocked. And they get it back. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Up by 10. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back.
35.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He told his guys to stay after it, to not get complacent and lazy with this lead. He wants them to keep adding to it. We'll see if they're able to do it, guys. Okay,
thank you, Allie. Here's Brewer going inside. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And here's the fast break. 8, no good. And here comes the break. Pass to Warwick. And here's Wright from the arc. And Aiden pulls it down.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Here's Wembanyama. And they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
There's a screen. Here's Brewer. Off target with the 3.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Pass to Irving. Then Carroll the screen. Jacks up a 3. Irving, no good. And they're running. And here's Wright from the arc. Yes! And it's Wembanyama picking up the assist.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it. Oh, man.
Oh, my
He had the runway,
indeed.
and he let it rip.
Nice. And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Here's Wembanyama. Tries again. Pass to Warwick. Here's Brewer. Guarded by Banchero. There's the screen. 4 on the clock. Warwick. Sinks it from distance.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Outside Irving. Aiden with a screen. Back to Irving. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. So both teams changing it up here. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Right outside. To the wing on the left. Wembanyama screen. Here's Kamare. Count that bucket.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Oh, lots of drama in this game so far.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the final buzzer.
Here's Banchero. Banchero uses his size down there.
He can play big and tough. I mean, Banchero bangs his way in.
A minute 53 left in the game. Outside for Wembanyama. And the three-pointer goes.
No fear in this young man. We're already getting a sense of Wembanyama's killer instinct.
Banchero outside. At the arc, Banchero finds his mark.
And that three-pointer is big. Cancels out the triple at the other end and helps stretch out their lead.
Pass to Warwick. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Uses the glass on the layup.
Smart play call to get him something at the rim.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Outside Irving. The 3-ball. Shot is good by Brewer.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the 3.
There's a screen. Here's Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
He took the contact and had an opportunity to drain it.
He hits the first one, and that trims the lead to 6.
And with the 8-foot wingspan of Wembanyama, it feels like he releases the ball halfway to the bucket. A perfect trip to the line narrows the gap.
Right outside. Inside Wembanyama, and he commits the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
He gets the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Yeah, this young man is pretty steady at the line. Wembanyama can get this done. Yeah, they desperately needed those free throws, and he delivered. It's down to a one-possession game.
24 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. 6 to shoot. And Caro outside. Let's go with a 3. It's not going to go for him.
And there's only one option. They need a triple.
Now this is all from the perimeter and outside the arc here.
And so they foul intentionally. First free throw is good. And that brings him within 2 here. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And Chris Finch has called timeout. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
And so the home crowd treated to a win.
Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter.
Here we go.
Now, right. Banchero with the screen. And there's the foul. It's on Hakeem Ward. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Right outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Koulibaly. Traps in the tray.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it would be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And here is Irving. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
Oh, love that. Banchero moves so well with and without the ball.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paulo Banchero.
And, Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Irving. Pass to Koulibaly. Back to Irving. And Irving throws it down.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has the incredible gift.
Here's Wright. Koulibaly with it. Driving in. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now, here's Banchero. Pass to Kamare. And there's the foul. It's on Koulibaly. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Warwick. Drives to the hoop. On the wing, Koulibaly. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Wright looking around. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Koulibaly. Over Koulibaly. And Koulibaly gets it to go.
Assist goes to.
Koulibaly's got 5 points so far. Here's Wright. He takes it in. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line. That one on 8.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter it.
And so Wright nails both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Pass to Ayton. Koulibaly with it. 5 points in the game. And Ayton throws it down.
Set a rugged screen. Nice roll by Ayton to get to the bucket.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
And Wright, here we go. And the dunk by Wright.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Oh!
And I'll tell you what, few forwards have ever had that lightning first step of Dr. J. He just takes away the angles of the defense.
He does that so well. At his size, he's always a threat to throw it down.
.50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Pass to Koulibaly. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. He's got 7.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Warwick. Still scoreless. And Warwick with the stuff.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And finished off by Banchero.
When Banchero gets in tight, that's how he likes to finish. No layups for this big guy. He's all about the finish.
Irving looking over the floor. Offline with his 3. A 3 from Wembanyama. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Up by 4. We've got more in store for you right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
So much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
And he drives in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Brent Koulibaly got a lot of minutes last season, and it's paid off.
Well, Kevin, I think this guy is hungry. I think he's hungry to prove that he can be an elite wing player in the league. His work ethic is top-notch, and this guy, if he goes at it defensively, can be on those all-defensive teams by the time his career is done.
Up top right. To the inside. Poked loose. And so out of bounds it goes. And they'll keep possession. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. The visitors with the ball. 4-point game. 4 on the clock. Banchero with the screen. Koulibaly off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Here's Kamara. The second chance effort. And the basket good. A bank shot that time.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
To the paint. Here's Banchero.
And how about Banchero showing some passion there, going in hard and finishing right at the rim.
And right, here we go. Here's Warwick. Pass to Wembanyama. Now, right. Wembanyama, a screen. Outside Irving. Here's Ayton. stolen. Right, looking around. Here he goes. And there's the foul. It's on Koulibaly. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Here's Warwick. And the jam by Warwick.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Outside Irving. Pass to Banchero. 5 to shoot. This one for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Banchero's got 9 points.
And he's got a nice fluid motion on his long-range shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
Here's Warwick. On the 3 off target.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Down low. And finished off by Banchero.
And how about the showmanship from Banchero, letting us know what he can do out there.
And there's the foul. It's on Koulibaly. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And here in the 2nd quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Back to Wembanyama. Pocket 6. A 3-pointer off the mark. Outside Irving. Here's Banchero. Misses from short range. Here's Koulibaly. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. He has 7.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Drills it from outside.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the 3-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And that one's good. Wembanyama.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Pass to Kamare. In the corner, it's Koulibaly. Here's Kamare. He's covered by Irving. And it's sent back by Irving.
And not many guys Irving's size are this good at blocking shots. Takes incredible timing and athleticism. Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Here's Reddish. A quick back, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Up 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Pass to Brewer. There's the drive. Back to Reddish. It's good. This game is all even. Reddish has got himself on the board with 3 there.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They got that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Back to Chalmers. And Chalmers slams it in.
making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. To the middle. Here's Ellison. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Off and running right out the bat here to start the second half.
And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
90 seconds now into the second half. Pass to Reddish. They set the pick. Inside. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And how about he takes on the defender head on and then throws down the two-hander.
Guys, straight power there. Straight power. Now, here's Reddish. Ellison with the rebound.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Here's Brewer. Hasn't made one yet. Brewer with the steal.
You watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
From past the arc. De Silva with the rebound. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And they call an illegal screen here.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Into the lane. Here's Chalmers to the right side. Here's Ellison. Pass to Brewer. 6 to shoot. Buries it from three-point range. Brewer's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Chalmers looking around.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
There's 1:59 left to play in the third. Here's De Silva. Pass to Brewer. Takes the three. Mobo with the rebound. Reddish with the ball. For the lead. Chalmers outside. Here's the screen. And here is Brewer. Here's Ellison. No good off the front iron. Chalmers outside. .112 left in the third quarter. Pass to Brewer. Fires from deep. No good that time. And they're moving it up. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First team foul.
And that's going to be out of bounds. And they retain possession. Pass to Brewer. Stolen by Chalmers. Fires for three. Hands it from downtown.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. And you got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Now, here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
Yeah, that's got to feel good. Reddish rising up.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Pass to Brewer. Ellison with the rebound. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. They've trailed the entire game. That could change on this possession.
And this would be big for them.
There's the pick. Here's Chalmers for the lead. He lays it in. Chalmers has got 4 this quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's De Silva. No good on the last second attempt there. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. They're up by 1.
40.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Now, Wright. Pass to Koulibaly. Back to Wright. To the middle. Sweet move. And the layup is up and in.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
Here's Wright. And there's the foul. It's on Koulibaly. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
First team foul.
There's the screen. Pass to Warwick. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Koulibaly. No good on the triple. And here is Wright. Outside Irving. Launches it. Nailed from three-point land.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. And you don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Here's Warwick. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Wright outside. Back to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Does it feel good as a big man like Ayton to throw it down? You bet it does.
To stop the run. Pass to Kamare. Good on the 3-point shot. Kamare's got his first 3 points of the game.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Now take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
And not even giving the D a chance there, man. Carroll just too quick.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second team foul.
2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. They get a hand on it. Right outside. Pass to Warwick. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Wembanyama for 3. Connects from 3-point range.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Outside Irving. Now, Wright. There's a screen. From outside the arc. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Here's Wembanyama.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Right outside. A 3-ball. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
And Wright throws it down hard.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there. Well, any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Pass to Warwick. Back to Wembanyama. And Wright pulls it down. Irving with the ball. Fires the three. Jacks up a three. And that one's good. Right. What a difference in this crowd right now.
That's how you silence a building.
Here's Brewer. From outside, off the mark.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
Pass to Brewer. Wright sets a screen. Lets it go with a three. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Irving. Puts up a deep three. Buries the long-range jumper.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Oh, he got it!
Are you kidding me, Kevin, from there?
How in the world did that go in?
Did he even see the basket from there?
I don't know.
I love that.
Oh, man.
Irving from long range. No good. And so the road team gets the W in this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, We're coming to you live. On 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge.
Here we go.
Here's Wright. On the wing, Koulibaly. Banchero left side. That one. Good for two.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paulo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Brewer with the rebound. And Albuquerque with the possession. Back to Ayton. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wright. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. For three, Beasley. Good on the three-point shot.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Wright. And finished off by Wright.
The quickness of DeLon Wright is a lot for defenders to deal with. How pretty is that drive?
Pass to Abdul-Rahim. It's Beasley on the wing. No good on the triple. Banchero with the ball. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Pass to Beasley. The three. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Right outside. Tries it from the top of the key. And it's Ayton with the rebound.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Beasley right side. Six to shoot. Albuquerque needs to get a shot off him. Abdul-Rahim. A three-pointer, no good. Right outside. And stolen by Wright. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Ayton a screen. Here's Brewer. Albuquerque again can't hit it. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Wright with it. Inside. And the basket by Brewer.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
The open shot by Brewer. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Here's Wright. Banchero outside. .121 left to play in the first quarter. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Strong defense against Banchero inside, but they can't break his focus, and he still manages to knock it down.
Kicks it out to Beasley. Shoots the three. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And that's a huge shot there. The three-pointer and the foul. Not the kind of defensive play they were hoping for.
Wright outside. And the dunk by Wright.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
And Ayton throws it down.
Well, Mr. Ayton decides, why just lay it up when you can finish with authority?
Beasley into the lane. Oh, that's blocked. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. He gets that one. Wright's got 6.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Pass to Ayton. To the middle. And the rejection by Ayton. Ayton a screen. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Michael Beasley taking 2 shots.
And Beasley drops both of them.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Substitution on the court.
And a wide open look for Irving. Sinks the three-pointer.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And now the first timeout called here for Albuquerque. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Leading by 8. And we'll be back with you right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends. Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Back to Irving. Pass to Banchero. 5 to shoot. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Oh, good to see that Banchero has options if he can't penetrate. Your game has to be multifaceted in the league.
Here's Banchero. Ayton wide open. Kicks it out to Beasley. Now here's Brewer. Back to Beasley. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Irving. And Dr. J slams it in.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has incredible gifts.
Bancaro with the screen. Here's Brewer. And it's off from three-point range. On the wing, Irving. He has 5. Oh, Ayton in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
What a connection DeAndre Ayton has with his guys. Great timing on the alley-oop.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
No good from Beasley.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And Irving throws it down.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, our man is going for the jugular.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
It's right on the wing. And he commits the intentional foul.
DeAndre Ayton. First personal foul. First team foul.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Down low. Bancaro. And no good. Excellent D there from Beasley. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Team foul.
On defense, the home team. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Kicks it out to Bancaro. To the paint. And stolen by Ayton.
Moving the ball is certainly important, but forcing passes like that is simply bad basketball.
Outside Irving. With the drive. Rebound by Albuquerque.
And priority number one has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff.
Ayton a screen. And that one's good. Right.
DeLon Wright has proven he's a 3-level scorer. You want to concede the mid-range, he's more than willing to take it.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Ayton a screen. And the slam dunk by Irving.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Oh, and the dunk by Brewer.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. To the inside. And finished off by Bancaro.
And what a strong finish from Bancaro. His guys love when he throws it down.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. So it's both teams making substitutions here. 54 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Beasley. Down low. Here's Abdul Rahim.
How about the big guy? Attacking the rim, the throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Now, Wright. He's got 6 and stolen by Wright. To the paint. Here's Beasley. The shake. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Beasley's got 4 points in the quarter. Ayton a screen. Here's Irving. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Albuquerque trails by 8. Launches it. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Ayton's got 5 points so far.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful, and because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Got it off in time, and that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. They're up by 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Here's Black. And the layup's good off the glass.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
The kick out to Irving. There's the screen. Over Koulibaly.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Now, here's Banchero. Still without a basket. It's good from the top of the key.
Well, that's a bad shot until it goes through the net.
Inside, here's Brewer, and it's slammed in by Brewer.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. It's good. Reddish has got his first basket. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Out left to the wing. To the middle. Out of bounds. It'll be Albuquerque's ball. Here's Black. Banchero with the screen. And he slams it one-handed.
Now, I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Here's Irving, following the score by Albuquerque. Pass to Brewer. There's the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nailed from three-point land. Brewer's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down.
Oh.
Well, you can see that Banchero has a little flair in his game. How about that finish? Woo-hoo-hoo!
Chalmers looking around. Pass to Mobo. And they recover it. Here's Ellison. Back to Chalmers. Buries it from three-point range. Chalmers has got himself on the board with 3 there.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Here's Ellison. Nothing on the board. They set the pick. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. The kick out to Irving. Then jammed down as he goes right over Paulo Banchero.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
First team foul. Into the lineup for your home team.
There's a minute 34 left here in the third quarter. Now, here's Brewer. 7 points in the game. Pass to Chalmers. On the wing, Koulibaly. 4 on the clock. Takes it inside. Brewer with the ball. Here's Mobo. Here's Koulibaly. Trains the three-pointer. Koulibaly's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Black. Count that one.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Chalmers outside. .40 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Koulibaly. Here's Ellison. Hasn't made one yet. Offline from the high post.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Well, you see the decision-making of Paolo Banchero is so impressive. Comes into the league with that skill and really elevating it.
And here is Chalmers. Pass to Brewer. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. They lead by 6. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Wright with it. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Now Ayton. Pass to Brewer. Back to Ayton. Brewer. And Abdul Rahim pulls it down. Albuquerque trails by 6. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And Albuquerque making a change here.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution for Albuquerque. Number 5.
Now here's Beasley. A 3-ball. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Here is Brewer. Pass to Banchero. Just 5 to shoot. The 3. It's good from long range. Banchero's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Albuquerque. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. He asked his team to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too. It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Right side. Outside Irving. Inside. Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And Banchero is putting it all together, capable of scoring from all 3 levels.
Here's Brewer. Offline with his 3. And here's Irving. Driving to the basket. And then Irving slams it in.
And I'll tell you what, few forwards have ever had that lightning first step of Dr. J. He just takes away the angles of the defense.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
Irving with it. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A great athlete and an even better human being. It's easy to love Julius Erving. What he brings to this team and also what he brings to the community.
Both good from the line that time. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Now Banchero to the inside. And stolen by Eaton. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. And finished off by Banchero.
Banchero seizes the moment. Just open that window of opportunity, and he's going to get right in there.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Right from outside.
See the quick reflexes of Delon Wright. Twice on the bite.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim. Okay.
Here's Banchero.
A big-time scorer, Banchero, with a deep bag. That's a great pump fake to hit the defender in the air.
First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
Pass to Banchero. Back to Coulibaly. Lock at 6. From the arc. And Wright pulls it down.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Beasley for 3. Drills it from outside.
Excellent awareness from DeAndre Ayton. I love him setting up his teammates.
Pass to Banchero. Offensive rebound. Right outside. Puts up a deep 3. Offensive rebound. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
It's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. For 3, Beasley. It counts. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
That's an important shot right there, guys. I mean, he's produced from deep all game long.
Yeah, he's done more work outside the arc than inside, and that's not going to change now. They'll ride his long-range game all the way to the end of this one.
And so here's Albuquerque. So the first one drops, and that brings them within 2. Brewer hits them both.
Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
14 foul.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line. No good. Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And what's their best move at this point?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
The tray. A three-pointer is right on target. And the basket by Brewer. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a
For tuning in this Wednesday, 2K Sports presents. The NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me, former NBA players Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, and the award-winning David Aldridge is on our sidelines.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Albuquerque. And here is Wright. Pass to Ayton. Beasley outside. Clock at 6. Drills it from outside.
They'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
Now, here's Banchero.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Pass to Ayton. Ayton, a screen. Beasley outside. It's stolen by Banchero. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Substitution for the away team. Number 32.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. Beasley with the steal. Pass to Brewer. And now, running up the court, Brewer pushing it up. Wright with it. And Wright throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Here's Wright after Julius Erving's basket. To the middle. Here's Ayton.
With his length, Ayton can easily get to the rim. In fact, he almost makes it look too easy.
Kicks it out to Banchero. They set the pick. And he banks in the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
Here's Beasley. Paolo Banchero making his last shot. Rejected by Banchero. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Irving for three. Here's Irving. Pass to Ayton. This one for three. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. And here's Ayton. He'll bring it up for Albuquerque. It's a three-point game. Beasley for three. They grab their own miss. And Ayton throws it down.
Just a strong sequence there from DeAndre Ayton.
A wide open look here for Wright. The three-pointer no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
The second effort. And Ayton with the layup. Ayton's got 6. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Albuquerque.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense. Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
And Albuquerque making a change here. Pass to Irving. We've got 1:28 left from the first quarter of the game. Clock at 4. Right from outside. Nailed from three-point land.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And right, here we go. Pass to Beasley. Ayton a screen. Fires the three. And again, Albuquerque with the triple.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Here's Banchero. No good with the fallback jumper. Down low. Pass to Brewer. Back to Wright. On the wing, Brewer. Inside. And Wright throws it down hard.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Now here's Brewer. Still scoreless. Takes the three. A three-pointer is right on target.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Albuquerque out in front, leading by 3. We'll take... And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And what stands out to you from Albuquerque in this one so far?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, they're putting pressure on all the ball handlers, getting into the passing lanes and showing great anticipation.
Pass to Banchero. Ayton the screen. And it's Banchero missing. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star Greg in 2024, Paolo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly. And the biggest reason Banchero went first overall, Paolo brings your playmaking ability at 6'10". He's got a very rare skill set for that size.
Outside Irving. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one is on Beasley.
A great athlete and an even better human being. It's easy to love Julius Irving. What he brings to this team and also what he brings to the community.
And now the first timeout called here for Albuquerque. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. He's perfect from the line this time.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
On the wing, Brewer. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Ayton. Albuquerque again can't hit it. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone.
And Banchero doesn't back down from anyone, which is why he's able to draw those fouls.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. First free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Albuquerque trails by 3. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Beasley. He's got 9. Tries the spin move. The kick out to Wright. Oh, good with the triple. Pass to Banchero. Outside Irving. Back to Banchero. Shoots from 14. Banchero grabs the board.
And he's very confident from that range, but he can't make it all.
And the basket by Brewer.
And smart ball movement there from Banchero. And that selflessness will endear him to his teammates.
And finished off by Wright.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. No good from Beasley. Outside Irving. Pass to Brewer. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Shot clock at 5. Banchero. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. And so here's Albuquerque, trailing by 4. Beasley for 3, drains the three-pointer. Beasley's got 12 in the game.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Here's Wright, and stolen by Wright. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Here's Brewer, and again Albuquerque with the triple.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Ayton the screen. Pass to Brewer. Takes it inside. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts. And Albuquerque with the possession. They've led by as much as 10. Right outside. And here's Banchero. Beasley the screen. And finished off by Banchero.
And guys, that strength will serve Banchero really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
Albuquerque shooting their first free throw of the contest. 1:16 left to play in the first half. Nobody near Irving. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 7.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
Three-pointer right. To the inside. And finished off by Wright.
And for his position, Banchero, great vision and willingness to make the extra pass.
Pass to Wright. In the corner, Irving with it. Back to Wright. The 3. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. And he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
And the second free throw, good.
At the line for 3.
And he makes all 3. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Beasley. Nifty move. He lays it in. Beasley's got 14.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
On its way from Irving for 2. Rebound by Albuquerque. Now in transition is Brewer. Here we go. Beasley outside. Gets it off. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Albuquerque leads by only 1. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Pass to Reddish. Back to Chalmers. To the paint. To the middle. Shot clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. Mulva. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. Here's Black. Pass to Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was. Bennett for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And the wide open shot from Chalmers. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Dan Carroll with the screen. Over to the left wing. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. They set the screen.
The ball goes to the away team.
Chalmers with it. Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Dan Carroll, that's good.
And more than respectable from three. Banchero stretching his range there. Wow.
Now Chalmers. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Reddish. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Two minutes into the second half of play now. And on the way from Irving for three. And here we go, Albuquerque, fast break. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Down low. Here's Ellison. Neither side has relented a bit in this back-and-forth affair.
You can sense the energy in the building already as this game is starting to build towards having a terrific finish. And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Here's Mobo. Pass to Coulibaly. Here's Irving. 9 points in the game so far. Ellison. Great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Chalmers outside. Drills the three-pointer. Chalmers has got 6.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
An aggressive, creative player on the attack. I like seeing Banchero get those whistles.
Both free throws good from Banchero. 1:44 left here in the third quarter. Right side, Irving. Driving the lane. Chalmers outside. 6 to shoot. Back to Irving. Pass to Chalmers. The 17-footer. Rebound by Albuquerque. Van Carroll looking around. Over in the corner, Reddish. Back to Van Carroll. Banked in off the glass. Van Carroll's got 7 now in this quarter.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
On the wing, Irving. 9 points in the game so far. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Banchero missing. Back to Koulibaly. Pass to Mobo. Now, here is Irving. Inside. Cuts off the pass. Knocked away. Irving with the steal. Koulibaly with it. Here's Mobo. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. They lead by a bucket. And after 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. Now, he was quite encouraging in the huddle. He said, look, you're fighting out there, fellas. I can see it. I need you to keep giving everything you have. Bring this one home. See if they can pull it off, guys.
Thank you, David. And here's Van Carroll. He'll bring it up for Albuquerque. A 2-point game. Beasley outside. No good. Shot missing. And here is Irving. Launches it. A putback. It's good on the putback.
Assertive basketball. Ayton getting after it on the offensive glass, using his size to his advantage.
Beasley the screen. Puts up a deep 3 from beyond the arc and then some.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
To the inside. And it's Wright missing.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
And Ayton throws it down. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Van Carroll with the screen. Down low. Pass to Ayton. Plays it up and banks it in.
And padding that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
Drives to the hoop. And Brewer with the stuff.
Oh, dynamic two-hand jam.
And right in the face of the defender. Now, Wright. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Van Carroll. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Ayton.
And on paper, Paolo Banchero has so many appealing attributes. His size, build, the ability to find shots. You can easily see why scouts were enamored with this guy as a prospect.
Here's Wright. Sinks that one from the post.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
Pass to Beasley. Bangs it from downtown. Beasley's got 6 points in the quarter.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
Here's Irving. Ayton a screen. Lets it go. And right on target with the swish.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
A stop or two in the next minute or so, and they could even this game up. Great job to keep that on.
And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Now, here's Brewer. Pass to Banchero. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots the 3. The shot misses. Albuquerque leading by 4. And here is Brewer. Trying to find Wright. He's got it now. Now, here's Ayton. Wright fires. Money from the wing.
Yeah, maybe not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with results, I guess.
Irving looking over the floor. Into the lane. Yes!
And I'll tell you what, few forwards have ever had that lightning first step of Dr. J. He just takes away the angles of the defense.
Now Brewer. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth. And now the fast break. Banchero with the ball. Beasley outside. Back to Banchero. Pass to Beasley. And it's rebounded by Dr. J, Julius Irving.
Can't waste any time here.
It needs to be a quick shot and a quick foul.
3 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
The last make was huge. Now, realistically, the worst-case scenario for them is OT.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And what's their best move at this point?
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it in a contested 3. Never an easy shot.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. That's tipped. It's stolen by Banchero. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Thoughts on what Coach wants to do here?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbounds, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Got a piece of it. Brewer with the steal.
Yeah, you don't see those over and back calls too often because they're just so easy to avoid.
It's a lap.